private and employer-based plans, which, by the way, suck. That's why no one likes them, and that's why our healthcare, like, literally everyone in this country, like, hates our healthcare, especially, except for, like, if you live very, very comfortably and you're able to pay for quality healthcare no matter what. I mean, you got Medicare, and the whole point is, what they're saying is, who said they want to destroy Medicare? They literally, the name of the plan is called Medicare For All. What they want to do, what their end goal is, like, what do you think? They would want to trick you? Like, you think there's a Medicare For All in the last minute they're going to put in the bill? Nope, psych, we just want to get rid of Medicare completely? Like, what does that even mean? I don't even get it. Like, what is he saying here? It's like, in practice, the Democratic so-called Medicare For All would really be Medicare for none. Under Democrats' plan, today's Medicare will be forced to die. He never says how. He says doctors and hospitals will be put out of business. Seniors will lose access to the favorite doctors. There will be long wait times and appointments and procedures. Previously covered care effectively would be denied. Which is almost all untrue there. So let's see, doctors and hospitals will be put out of business. How? There would be more funding in the healthcare system. Doctors approve of this plan. Americans approve of this plan, so I don't get what he's talking about there. There would be long wait times for appointments, procedures. I mean, possibly, but only for procedures that are most likely non-essential, like, for example, like hip replacements. Like, you don't need a hip replacement to live. Excuse me. And, those are oftentimes one of the 5 things in the entire world of medicine that hospitals cover that actually take a lot of time to do. So it's pretty much ridiculous article here. The Democrats' plan will also mean the end of choice for seniors with their own healthcare decision. Democrats will give total power to the bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. No. Medicare. The point of this idea is your healthcare plan is Medicare. Like, he's just lying about open-faced, bold lying, and there's people who's going to be able to believe him. There's people like looking at the house, it's like, is the government coming to take my healthcare? Like, they're going to be like, get your government hands off my Medicare. Like that, like, just like the Tea Party all over again. Because it's just so stupid. The first thing the Democratic plan would do is end choice for seniors, eliminate Medicare Advantage plans for about 20 million seniors, as well as eliminating other private health plans that seniors use to supplement their Medicare coverage. Next, the Democrats will eliminate every American's private and employer-based health plan. It is right there in the proposed legislation, and replace it with Medicare. Wow. It's not that hard. Wow. So yeah, Democrats don't allow private health plans that offers the same benefits as the government plan. No one wants a private health plan. Why don't we just get everyone behind Medicare, a system that people actually likes and that actually covers people, and then we can get everyone covered at a better, more efficient price. The American people will pay less money. It saves the American people money in tax, just generally. And they get a better healthcare plan pretty much they get a better healthcare plan for less money that they actually like, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. 123 Democrats in the House, not enough. 64% in the House. 64%. Like more people support Medicare for All than Democrats do, like in the Senate and the House. Like, how ridiculous is that? Which is it's sad, frankly, that's the case. So yeah, the truth is the centrist Democratic Party is dead. That is true. It is true. Democrats, centrists are dead. The Democrats are radical socialists who want to model America's economy after Venezuela. If Democrats win control of Congress, like, who is this scaring? It's scaring, like, I mean, I know who. Obviously, it's is it really scaring every Trump supporter? I hope not, because like the real MAGA out there. Like, there's some stupid people out there going to believe this and be like, oh yeah, I mean, someone I don't know, Mr. President, please. Every single citizen will be harmed by such a radical shift in culture and life. Virtually everywhere it's been tried, socialism has brought suffering, misery, and decay. Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Like, we're not trying to bring back Venezuela. We're trying to bring democratic socialism. We're not ready to go all socialism out yet. But if you keep going the way you're going, believe me, I mean, like, the way this Trump administration is going, like, the more and more people are open to socialism each and every day. Like, they're literally, like, research to show this. Like, the favorability for socialism, pretty much, like, 2 under Obama, has skyrocketed under Trump, like, which is hilarious. Like, young people open to socialism now is like 55%, or something. The Democrats open to socialism is like historically high. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. So yeah, it's like, I hope this really isn't scaring anybody, which is, it's a little ridiculous. All right, so yeah, that's that. Let's get that out of the way. I'm not gonna finish that because it really does not deserve to be finished. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I don't know why I said that, but yeah, still, it feels good to say, like, welcome back to the show. But you guys haven't gone anywhere, so it's okay. What we're gonna move on to now is Brett Kavanaugh. He is out there in the Supreme Court causing havoc, even on his first day. He definitely hasn't heard him playing, including your first week of the new job. Because during oral arguments on Wednesday, the newest member of the Supreme Court established himself as the strictest person in the room, defending a 1996 federal law that requires government to detain immigrants who had committed crimes, no matter how minor or long ago their infraction was. According to the New York Times, Kavanaugh said that the harshness was exactly the point of Congress's construction of the 1996 law. The debate essentially was whether or not Congress wanted the spirit of the law to provide for the government not detaining people who had who had an unpaid parking ticket or something. I mean, I get, like, detaining people for violent crimes, but, like, if you have some, like, random stupid crime, like walking across the street, like jaywalking, for example, like, that's no reason to have anyone detained. That's, like, ridiculous. But still, according to the Times, Justice Kavanaugh said in 1990... Justice Kavanaugh. Oh. Said in 1990... that's authentic reaction right there from a liberal. Said 1996 federal law required detention even years later without an opportunity for a bail hearing. What was really going through Congress's mind in 1996 was the harshness of this topic. But Justice Gorsuch suggested the mandatory detention of immigrants long after the sentences could be problematic. Is there any limit on the government's power, he asked? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's Neil Gorsuch here. The Trump administration, if you don't remember, it's been like, feels like 5 years ago, that was the first Supreme Court nominee being, hey, maybe we shouldn't lock people up in cages just for no random reason. Neil Gorsuch here, people. He was the first guy that Trump appointed who was supposed to be incredibly conservative. This guy just spent, like, the past, like, 3 days saying, oh, wait, he's not going to be conservative. I'm not going to be partisan. No, he's like, lock him up forever. Lock him up forever, even if they've just done anything. And then Neil Gorsuch steps in. I mean, like, maybe we should calm down here. Like, Neil Gorsuch. Justice Stephen Breyer took Gorsuch's side, pointing out about how harsh the law was, saying that he asked for a lawyer for the federal government whether it could detain a person 50 years later who's on the deathbed after stealing some bus transfers without a bail hearing, even though in this country a triple axe murderer is given a bail hearing. Great point there. So Wang says, Cecilia Wang is the respondents, who represents the respondents in this case. The citizens pretty much challenging the law, essentially. So she's pretty much, Cecilia Wang is the defense. She's pretty much the people's lawyer, saying, like, I don't like this law. Let's get rid of this law. So this is pretty much what she's saying here. She said, well, Justice Kavanaugh, we're not asking you to superimpose a time limit. We're asking you to give meaning to all the words the statute of Congress, to the statute that Congress enacted, which say, sorry to interrupt, but when you say when, you're saying that that is an essence of the time limit of immediate same day. I think you said. Doesn't make sense. And my point is that's very odd when you think about what Congress was doing in 1996, because they were well aware that would not happen. A, because of resources, and B, and I think holding people indefinitely, because they're not learning about it the right way. And it would be odd to think, okay, that's what the statute means. statute means, even though it would often not be effectuated in this way. Well, Your Honor, I think, again, Congress, first, as Justice Breyer noted, Congress will often have kind of a soft target when they legislate in this way. Second, remember, well, the soft target would be what Justice Breyer might say, a reasonable time. And Congress could have put that in, but maybe we should. Justice Breyer's idea, but Congress didn't do that. So, Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh again argues, and Neil Gorsuch coming out as more liberal than Brett Kavanaugh on the first day of his Supreme Court life is some incredible stuff, frankly. Because this is like day 3 today, for Brett Kavanaugh? Jesus. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, conservative New York Post columnist Rich Lowry wrote a column for the paper this week expressing his dismay at the conclusion a lot of liberals are now coming to following the Brett Kavanaugh confirmation. Pretty normal cabinet conclusion now. Senate is a outdated, broken institution. While the sentiment might be new, however, the problem is old. The Senate has always been really quite bad. He says, the U.S. Senate is now looming, together with the Electoral College and the Supreme Court, an institution of villainy in American life. And he actually gives us a little history lesson, thank you, Richie, about why the Senate is actually good. The design of the Senate recognizes the status of states as real governing entities with their own prerogatives under the Constitution. Like the equally hated Electoral College, the Senate ensures that flyover country isn't ignored. It reflects, it ensures that flyover country is the only thing anyone ever focuses on, and no one ever comes to the coast. Like, it's pretty much this is the way it works. I mean, I don't want to sound like, oh, I'm just complaining, but it's true. It's literally true. The Senate is also meant to be a check on unbridled public will. Its members are elected in staggered 6-year terms, and originally they were selected by state legislatures and not direct vote. Like the last 2 sentences in that are like literally why the Senate is bad. Like, they're elected every 6 years terms, and they're selected by state legislature. Like, that's two bad things. Yeah. So the statement originally here is doing a lot of work. The 17th Amendment enacted, which was enacted direct elections for senators, only ratified in 1913. So it sounds like the first 10 years, let's just try that out, but then we should change it. But it was only ratified in the Progressive era, which is like about 100 years ago. So yeah, furthermore, actually more like 110. But furthermore, when the Constitution was written in part by slaveholders, there was no such thing as flyover country because there was no flying unless you were a bird. But that detail aside, the people live in Wyoming and Vermont and South Dakota and Delaware and then states that have one at-large member of the House of Representatives are not ignored in the House. If you live in Wyoming, this is pretty much the point I was just making here, made by Paul Blast of Splinter. You're not ignored in the House. You live in Wyoming, one of the most sparsely populated states in the country, a little over 579,000 people. You're more directly represented by your member of Congress, according to the last sentence, than some of the average House district, which has 767 people. So pretty much, like, all of a sudden, like, Colorado, no, not Colorado, but like, yeah, Wyoming. It gets like a postage stamp of land and a very small amount of people, and it gets just like 3 representatives, where you get 2 for the average House district, and I mean some are bigger, some are smaller, but still, it's pretty incredible that things work out that way. So yeah, so what this looks like in practice is that the upper chamber of Congress gives more weight to land than people. This is supposed to be good because the alternative will would be a government elected by the most scary thing in the world, unbridled public will. Anyone can see this take still is valid at the time when the government is not even remotely trying to fill the wants and desires of the public that elected it. Gerrymandering the House certainly doesn't help, but still is utterly bewildering. Why the hell do you think everyone's so mad all the time if they're very happy with the way the government is? They actually love the Senate and think everything is the best. The fight to save the filibuster also exemplifies another intensely annoying Senate tradition: the emphasis on bipartisanship and civility, besmirching the name of your good friend, or not besmirching the name of your good friend and gentleman from Arizona.